Cricket presents the Campfire. Today, we're analyzing District 9-6A. Teams in this district include Garland, Lakeview Centennial, Naaman Forest, Rowlett, Sachse, North Garland, South Garland, Wylie, and Wylie East. Let's begin by taking a look at this district in our film session. In 2024, the 9-6A district title came down to Week 6 between Wylie East and Sachse. Despite 4 first-half turnovers, Sachse would win that game and go undefeated in district play. This year could be the same two teams going for that crown. Sachse returns quarterback Dirk Merrill and receivers Heckma Harrison and Ben Wright. They hope to make up for the production lost when Kalik Lockett graduated and moved on to Texas. Wylie East will be right there with the Mustangs as they return the Porter boys, Amarean and Amir. The Raiders will be looking for a quarterback this fall, but Wylie East will most definitely be in the hunt. Their rivals, Wylie, was a playoff team last fall. The Pirates think they have a star quarterback ready to take the reins in Jabarian Blake, and he will have an experienced offensive line to protect him. Naaman Forest was in the postseason last year and almost snagged a road playoff win over Longview. The Rangers returned 13 starters, including two-way star Braylon Deal. Garland is itching to get to an 11th game and return first-team All-District tight end Caden James. Lakeview Centennial has last year's defensive newcomer of the year in the fold. That's defensive end King Thibodeau, plus defensive backs Montre Jackson and Carson Wilson. Rowlett will rely on a couple of hard-hitting safeties, Keyshawn Harrison and Adrian Lacey, to help the Eagles get back to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. South Garland won 3 games last season, which was the most they've won in 12 seasons. They returned Javion Kaufman, who had 6 sacks a year ago, and North Garland went winless in 2024, but returned 20 starters, so they should have some experience this year.
The Campfire is presented by Cricket. Smile, you're on Cricket.
We love easy. 4! Yeah!
Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Do you or your student want a career training the world's best athletes? Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Campfire is brought to you by Kubota, the #1 selling compact tractor in Texas. For details, visit gokubota.com. Kubota, because you can.
For an even deeper look at 9-6A, here's producer Ward Fasold and insider Matt Diggs with the district breakdown.
All right, we're in 9-6A, Diggsy, and if you know anything about 9-6A from last year, it came down to one game that both of us were at, Sachse and Wylie East, and I kind of have a feeling it's going to come down to that game again this year.
I do think, Ward, it's going to come down to Wylie East versus Sachse for the championship again. And I think this is a very pivotal year for the Wylie East Raiders because if you look at the tea leaves, Ward, and you know you and I like to look at the tea leaves, I think we're seeing a lot of growth in the north. It's a realignment year. We're seeing a lot of growth in the north. Garland schools are getting smaller and smaller. I think they might start dropping their schools down to 5A starting next year. I think this is Wylie's last year to potentially be with the Garland schools. So this is where Wylie East has to show us they have built a program. They have made it past the first round the last couple of years, but they had 2 3-year starters last year, Ward. They're gone. So we're about to see the strength of the Wylie East program. Now, they got some important cogs coming back. They got Amarean Porter coming back who had 1,000 yards last year. He had 12 touchdowns. He has great vision, great height. He can go up and high point the ball. He is a great weapon. And his brother, Amir Porter, also is a really good wide receiver with 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. But who's going to throw them the ball, Ward?
All right, we'll finish this off with 1 through 9.
Number 1, I've got your Wylie East Raiders. Number 2, Sachse. Number 3, Wylie. Number 4, Garland. Number 5, Naaman Forest. 6, Lakeview Centennial. 7, Rowlett. 8, but trending upward, North Garland. And 9, South Garland.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now, let's take a look at some game changers in our Players on the Rise, presented by Parker University. Wylie East wide receiver Amarean Porter should be the best pass catcher returning in 9-6A. As a junior, Porter caught 60 passes for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. You can catch him in the slot or on the outside. but more than likely you'll catch Amarean in the end zone if you don't get a handle on him. Porter has offers from Colorado State, Kent State, and UTEP, among others. The offensive newcomer of the year in this district was running back Dalen Gordon of Wylie. The junior rushed for over 1,000 yards as a sophomore and scored 15 touchdowns. Super fast. If Dalen gets through the first layer of defense, you might want to strike up the band. Last year, Gordon had a 93-yard touchdown run that Pirate fans will be talking about for years. Dalen has offers already from Baylor, SMU, and UTSA. Sachse quarterback Dirk Merrill might be the best returning signal caller in the district. He threw for 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns during his junior season. Merrill also ran for 300 more yards and 6 scores. Dirk put in the work during the offseason to not only improve, but to keep the Mustangs on top of the district. On defense, Nash Chapman of Wylie East was a first-team all-defensive end for the Raiders. Powerful off the line, Chapman finished his junior year with 60 tackles and 9 sacks. Leave him unblocked and you can forget about it. Block with only one man and, well, you can kind of forget about that too. Nash uses his long arms and strength to get leverage and then tackle that ball carrier. Chapman also plays some tight end for the Raiders.
Switch to Cricket and get nationwide 5G, so you can post that epic ooh. If you switch, you also get a free phone, which you need. Welcome to getting more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
75 years of made-to-order goodness. That's Whataburger. Goodness 24/7. Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Would you like to help a veteran? Log on to parkerperformanceinstitute.com to learn more about the Invicta Project.
Our Ward Fasold caught up to Wylie East head coach Marcus Gold to talk about his Raiders in our Media Day segment.
All right, we are talking 9-6A, and we are talking with Wylie East head coach Marcus Gold. And Coach, another 10-win season in the books. You gotta love those double-digit win seasons, and you put back-to-back ones for your Raiders. Tell me though, because some of the dynamic players that I remember going out and shooting, especially that Sachse game, you can't put a Wylie East uniform on no more because they graduated with Fisher gone and Henderson. Talk about what you have to replace it and what you think you can stick in there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a really special class we had with Howard and Rome Jeffers and Sean Berry and Michael Henderson III. That was I got here in 2021, so they came in as freshmen. That was the first class that, graduating class that's come through here that bought in from the very beginning. And, they're near and dear to my heart, not only because they're great people, but they made a lot of great plays. So, yeah, that was losing those guys, that's part of the process, right? Every year, we have 120 freshmen come in. So, by the time they're seniors, we're going to lose 35 seniors every single year. So it's it's always kind of reloading and seeing what you got. And that's what's great about coaching. I'm sure you hear that a lot is the puzzle to piece it back together again. That's always just such a fun process that you get to go in. And I think we do have some pieces going into next year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's coming up, and we got by the time this airs, less than a month away. Like we talked about earlier, it's lollipop season. We'll be looking for you out there with the sweets. And I can't wait.
You'll see my little 4-year. She's the one that brings me one every game. So she'll bring me one at the beginning, one at halftime. So I always feel a little tap on my leg with my lollipop for my daughter. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'll hit you up this year and let you know the games I'm coming to, so maybe we can get 2 lollipops going. Because God knows I got to keep my weight up. All right, Coach, I'll talk to you down the line.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. Hey, that'll do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we take a deep dive into 10-6A. Until then, have a great week, everybody.